I want to start with a number that might surprise you. More people today are dying from eating too much than from not having enough food. And no, I'm not talking about people gorging on junk food every day without a care. I'm talking about women just like you, smart, capable, health conscious, who suddenly find their bodies changing after 40, no matter how hard they try to eat right. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 52, a mom of two, and she swears she's been eating less than ever. She cut out dessert, started walking every evening, even switched to organic everything. But every month her jeans got tighter, her energy dropped, and the scale crept up. She told me, "I feel like I'm fighting a battle I can't win, like my body has a mind of its own." If you've ever felt the same, frustrated, confused, maybe even a little betrayed by your own body, you're not imagining it. After 40, the rules of the game change. Your hormones shift, muscle mass declines, your metabolism slows, and your body becomes more resistant to insulin. Add in a food environment designed to make you overeat, and it's no wonder so many of us feel stuck. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why this happens and how you can take back control without starving yourself or living in the gym. And we'll start with the biggest, most overlooked reason this is happening right now. We often think of starvation as the greater danger, but in the modern world, especially in countries like the US, overeating is now the leading dietary threat. This isn't simply about greed or lack of willpower. Overeating, particularly of ultra-processed, calorie-dense foods, drives chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. What makes it tricky is that many people don't realize they're overeating because the portion sizes, the marketing, and the food itself have changed so much in the past 40 years. For women over 50, these effects are compounded by natural biological changes. The first step is to recognize this reality, not as a moral failing, but as a health challenge that can be managed with the right approach. Walk into any American supermarket today and you'll notice something. Most of the aisles are filled with brightly packaged, ready-to-eat foods that are cheap, convenient, and engineered to taste amazing. This isn't an accident. Food companies have spent decades perfecting the exact combination of sugar, fat, and salt to light up the pleasure centers in your brain, what scientists call hyper-palatable foods. They're designed to make you want more, even when you're not physically hungry. And when you're juggling work, family, and life after 50, it's so easy to grab the quick option instead of cooking from scratch. I had a patient, Mary, who swore she only snacked on granola bars and yogurt during the day. When we looked closer, those bars had more sugar than a candy bar, and the healthy yogurt was loaded with syrups and artificial flavoring. She wasn't weak-willed. She was navigating a food environment that sets all of us up to fail. The truth is, it's not just about willpower. It's about recognizing that we live in a world where unhealthy options are not only more visible, but often cheaper and easier to get than fresh whole foods. Once you see the trap, you can start making small, deliberate choices to step around it. And that's crucial because even if you eat less, there's another reason women over 40 still gain weight, and it has nothing to do with your willpower. For years, the most common weight loss advice has been painfully simple: just eat less. But for many women after 40, especially into their 50s, that advice feels like a cruel joke. You can cut your portions in half, skip dessert, and still watch the scale creep upward. The reason lies in biology. As estrogen drops during perimenopause and menopause, your body naturally loses muscle mass, a key driver of your metabolism. Less muscle means you burn fewer calories at rest. At the same time, your body can become more resistant to insulin, making it easier to store fat, especially around the belly, even if you haven't changed your diet. I remember one patient, Diane, who went from hearty lunches to just a small salad and still felt stuck. The problem wasn't that she lacked discipline, it was that her body's energy-burning engine had slowed down, and she wasn't giving it the right kind of fuel to keep muscle and metabolism strong. The lesson? Starving yourself after 40 is a fast track to frustration, fatigue, and even more fat gain. What works is eating in a way that supports your muscle, balances your blood sugar, and fuels your daily life. And that becomes even more critical when we look at the hidden hormonal changes that come with midlife, changes that silently reshape your body from the inside out. Some changes after 50 are visible in the mirror, but others are happening quietly inside your body. As you transition through menopause, estrogen and progesterone levels drop, and even a small decline can have a big impact on how your body stores and burns fat. Lower estrogen shifts fat storage from your hips and thighs to your abdomen, which is why so many women notice their waistline expanding even if their weight doesn't change much. At the same time, testosterone, yes, women have it too, declines, making it harder to maintain muscle mass. Less muscle means a slower metabolism and less support for healthy joints and bones. I once worked with a woman named Karen, 56, who was doing daily cardio but noticed her belly getting softer and her arms losing tone. It wasn't about exercising more, it was about exercising differently. Once she added 2 short strength training sessions a week and increased her protein, her body composition began to shift, her waist shrank, and she felt stronger in daily life. The insight here is that midlife weight gain isn't just about too many calories, it's about hormonal changes that require a new approach. And that's why it's so important to challenge one of the biggest myths in the health world, that healthy food automatically leads to a healthy weight. We've been sold a comforting idea. If a food is labeled healthy, organic, or natural, it must help us lose weight. Unfortunately, that's not how your body works. Many so-called healthy foods are still calorie-dense and sugar-heavy. A large fruit smoothie from a popular chain can pack more sugar than a can of soda. Gluten-free cookies? Still cookies. I remember a client, Susan, who swapped her morning muffin for a protein bar every day, thinking she'd made a smart choice. When we checked the label, that bar had nearly the same calories as the muffin, plus more added sugar. The problem isn't that these foods are bad in moderation. It's that the health halo makes us underestimate how much we're eating. And as metabolism slows after 40, those extra hidden calories have a bigger impact. The lesson here is empowering, not restrictive. Focus on nutrient density, not marketing claims. Read labels, check portion sizes, and remember that even healthy foods can lead to weight gain if eaten in excess. Once you understand this, you can make better choices without feeling deprived. And that awareness is vital when we address another major factor sabotaging weight loss: the difference between emotional hunger and true physical hunger. Not all hunger comes from an empty stomach. Sometimes it comes from an empty heart, a stressful day, or even simple boredom. Emotional hunger is sudden, urgent, and usually craves a specific comfort food like chocolate, chips, or ice cream. Physical hunger builds gradually, can be satisfied with many different foods, and leaves you feeling content when you've eaten enough. I once worked with Laura, 58, who would find herself raiding the pantry at 9 p.m. after a long day caring for her elderly mother. She wasn't truly hungry, she was exhausted and needed relief. Once she learned to pause and ask herself, "What am I really feeling right now?" she began replacing that automatic snacking with a short walk, journaling, or a warm cup of herbal tea. Over time, her evening cravings faded and she felt more in control. The key insight is this: emotional eating isn't a sign of weakness. It's a signal your body and mind need comfort in another way. By learning to recognize the difference between emotional and physical hunger, you can make choices that truly nourish you. And when you combine this self-awareness with modern science-backed strategies, you gain powerful tools to finally work with your body instead of against it. For women over 50, the good news is that you're not limited to old school methods like endless cardio or extreme dieting. Modern science offers tools that can help you work smarter, not harder. Tracking apps can reveal hidden calorie creep and show you exactly where your nutrition could improve. Wearable fitness devices can help you balance movement with recovery. Continuous glucose monitors can teach you how specific foods affect your blood sugar, helping you make choices that reduce cravings and fat storage. For some women, hormone replacement therapy under medical supervision can ease menopause symptoms and support metabolism. Others may benefit from structured strength training programs designed to preserve muscle mass, or from newer medications like GLP-1 receptor agonists that help regulate appetite appetite. I worked with Denise, 54, who combined 2 short weekly weightlifting sessions, mindful eating, and a simple tracking app. In 3 months, she lost 2 inches from her waist, not just from eating less, but from fueling her body better and keeping muscle strong. The real win isn't in chasing a magic bullet, it's in using the right combination of tools for your body, lifestyle, and goals. And once you understand this, you can stop blaming yourself and start recognizing the truth. The world is built to make you overeat, and you can still thrive in it.
If you struggle to lose weight after 40, it's not because you lack discipline or willpower. You're navigating a food environment where unhealthy options are cheap, tempting, and everywhere, while hormonal changes and muscle loss make every calorie count more. Add emotional eating triggers, stress, and decades of diet myths, and it's no wonder so many women feel defeated. I've seen women blame themselves for years, only to realize it wasn't a personal failure, it was biology and environment working against them. The empowering truth is this: once you understand the forces at play, you can create a plan that works with your body instead of against it. That means fueling yourself with nutrient-dense foods, moving in ways that preserve muscle, managing stress, and using modern tools to stay on track. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be consistent with the right habits. So if you've been feeling stuck, take a breath and let go of the guilt. You're not lazy. You're strong enough to change the game even when the odds feel stacked against you. And in our next video, we'll talk about one of the biggest hidden culprits behind stubborn midlife weight gain, how to recognize and reverse insulin resistance naturally.
Thanks for watching. Remember, your health is your greatest asset. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll keep bringing you clear, science-backed information on obesity, weight control, and living your healthiest life so you can take charge of your future, starting today.